My name's Jared Smithson, and I just wanted to share with you for a few minutes my story and journey of becoming a certified OPTAVIA coach. I was like most people in childhood. I mean, I guess not all childhoods are the same, but I led a pretty typical, in my mind, childhood. I was reasonably happy and stuff. Nothing, I didn't have any great suffering or anything like that. But I think that I led a common childhood in that I was told no a lot. I was very active and into everything and very curious, and I had big dreams. And in our culture today, the American dream is kind of on life support, if not dead for a lot of people, because of that word no. Or another way that people say that is, that's not realistic. And so I started to listen to those things, and I started to tone down my life, and this whole idea of being realistic, I started to live below the line, so to speak, in my life, and I started to blame my circumstances. I started to blame other people and about things that weren't happening for me or things that were happening to me, things like that. And reality really punched me in the face as I got older. Because I wasn't getting any of the things that I dreamed about when I was a kid. Well, the truth of the matter was the structure of my life and the things that I had learned at that point in my life didn't help me to achieve those dreams or create those dreams. The American dream to me has kind of become an American fantasy rather than a true American dream. Dreams are good, but there has to be a structure in place to create those things. And I was really, really missing that. And so, one of the things that I always wanted to be part of the in crowd, not necessarily popular or anything like that, but I wanted to have good friends. I wanted to be important growing up. And as I became an adult, I really did become part of the in crowd. It was just a different in crowd than I thought. I was insecure, I was insignificant, and I was in terrible debt. And the terrible debt wasn't necessarily even my own fault. My wife and I suffered some identity theft about 10 years ago, and it destroyed us, or at the time I thought that it destroyed us, but it was an opportunity. And luckily during this period of time, my angel mother-in-law came along and loved us and invited us to become part of the OPTAVIA family. And we made this decision to jump in and to help as many people as we could. And one of the first things that we learned in becoming a part of OPTAVIA was Dr. A's trilogy of optimal health. I needed to lose 50 pounds. I was insecure, partly because of where I had let myself come physically. I didn't feel good about the person I saw in the mirror. What I felt even more insecure about, what was going on inside. I married the love of my life. We had 3 beautiful children. Everything on the outside looked terrific, but inside I was hurting. I was living a life of silent misery. I didn't want to ask for directions, right? I'm a man. I'm hardwired to not want to ask for directions. Thank goodness for GPS, Google Maps. We can just ask an inanimate object and not suffer the embarrassment of having to ask for directions, right? Well, OPTAVIA became my GPS, except for it was real relationships. It was no longer an embarrassment to ask for help or anything like that. It provided that structure for me. My mother-in-law started as my health coach and my business coach, and we got my body in shape. I lost that 50 pounds. We started to work on my mind and our finances through helping other people achieve the same kinds of things. I developed a structure in my life and learned how, and it wasn't about control or anybody else controlling me. It was just providing the right path, the right skills and actions and mental mindset to achieve these things and actually become a creator of what I wanted. We're told over and over, going back to this, oh, that's not realistic. Will Smith, the actor, he said that being realistic is the most traveled road to mediocrity. And I gave that some great thought in the last several years. And a lot of people might cringe at that statement. But I've learned the difference between being realistic and taking personal responsibility. And that's one of the things that Amber and I have learned in these last 9 years, is how to take personal responsibility. And then we can create the reality that we want by dreaming and being responsible by taking the right actions with the right people. Just a few things. The things that I'm most grateful and most excited about is I'm grateful for the OPTAVIA program. I'm grateful and excited about the OPTAVIA people. And most of all, I am so excited and grateful for the OPTAVIA potential and the opportunity to bless others with what we've been blessed with. Thanks for letting me share.